is America's quiet empire built on trust, prestige, and credit, processing over $1.6 trillion in transactions, shaping the very flow of global commerce. But it's also a company of control, of manipulation, and ruthless death trappers. From the Gilded Age to the digital frontiers, American Express has mastered one thing above all others: the art of monetizing trust. The United States in the mid 1800s is rising. The Industrial Revolution is reshaping the nation, bringing in factories, machines, and a new hunger of progress. America is no longer a small, scattered country. It's on the edge of becoming a true industrial power. Railroads spread across the land, laying iron tracks over plains, rivers, and mountains. They connect towns and cities in ways never imagined before. Railroads were absolutely liberating because the railroads allow cheap and efficient transportation from one corner of America to another. With this new era comes a new appetite. People expect life itself to move faster. They crave more newspaper, more goods, more luxuries. In the heat of progress, a new industry is about to rise to harvest opportunities and as a result create some of the most powerful companies in American history. Before the advent of express shipping business, America moved goods the old-fashioned way. Letters and packages went by stagecoach, wagon, canal, boat, or even horseback. Delivery was slow, uncertain, and often unsafe. A letter could take weeks to cross a few streets, and packages were easily lost or stolen as the road throws streets farther each year. The express business is born. Back then, an express company meant fast delivery. The high-trust messengers, often carrying guns, who rode on horseback or stagecoach and later by train. They didn't just hold parcels, they moved money, gold, and documents that really mattered. A merchant in Louis can send money to New York. A city can ship valuables to California. For the first time, speed and safety go hand in hand. But like all industries in the time, it's ruled by a small handful of companies. Companies like Wow Company, Livingston, Fargo, and Butterfly crave up the nation's railroads. And soon, these companies will not just complete the great crash. By the early 1850s, railroads pushed westwards. Cities expand, and the California gold rush filled the air with the promise of sudden rich. But with opportunity comes conflicts. A handful of powerful express firms battle for territory and cut into each other's profit. In 1850, the rival barons meet in Buffalo, New York. Henry Wells, the slow visionary who built his reputation carrying cash and parcels between Albany and Buffalo. William Fargo, touched and relentless. The hard-driving organizer who made his name on the rush western roads, and John Butterfly, although seasoned by decades of coaching line and frontier reach for years, they undercut one another, racing for contracts, seizing roads, wasting shipments with guns and greed. But now they agree. Competition along with each other. On that day, signatures are put to paper. The Treaty of Buffalo is signed. merging their firms into a single company. From that agreement, a new titan is born, American Express Company. Their fate may be settled in Buffalo, but the nation itself is about to explode. America is marching toward a far bloodier conflict, and for the newly formed American Express, that conflict could become the greatest opportunity that in 1861, America split into the election of Abraham Lincoln sparks secession and Southern states break away to defend slavery and their way to a life. For business, war is both disaster and opportunity. The city was breaking down, customers couldn't move, merchants were going broke, and the railroads had only one job now: carry troops, supplies, and weapons to the world. But the cost of battlefield and blockades make transportation risky. The need for trusted delivery for money, letters, and goods is greater than ever. At the time, William Fager is in charge of American Express. He's a man with steady ambition and relentless drive. Under his guidance, a mass secures government contracts to move funds and monetary supplies. Its messages prove indispensable, racing through his hostile territory with cash, medicines, and critical documents. During the Civil War, it wasn't just about moving troops. You had to move payrolls, government orders, and even medicine across very dangerous ground, and American Express did it, often more reliably than the post office, and that's where its reputation started. After the Civil War, America entered a new age. The country grew fast, factories multiplied, continent and cities filled with immigrants chasing opportunity. After the Civil War, the economy took off like never before, and that momentum pushed America straight into the industrial age. American Express came out of the war stronger, trusted as a company that can deliver when others fail. In 1880, Jim Caldwell Fargo becomes president of American Express. So he was a younger brother of the founder. But he didn't just walk into a corner office. He started at the very bottom as a messenger, carrying packages through the streets of Buffalo. But GC knows one thing for certain: American Express must stay in the family, the Fargo family. To secure that trip, he filled the company with his brother, nephews, and cousin. GC believes this keeps loyalty, time, and power unshakable. GC controls the firm with iron discipline, but control alone does not pay the bills. American Express is still a business, and now it carries the weight of an entire family on its shoulders. To grow American Express even more, it needs a big idea, and soon. That idea will come from an unexpected place. By the 1880s, America grows fast, but money still moves slowly. Back then, sending money wasn't easy. Families struggled to move goods. Immigrants wanted to have relatives overseas. The mail wasn't reliable. Banks were costly, and sending cash meant a good chance it got stolen. Ordinary people needed a safe, affordable solution. American Express see the problem and also the opportunity. Under GC Fargo's watch, American Express doubles down on a business that will become a literal goldmine for them. A money order is basically a prepaid check. Instead of mailing cash, I hope it doesn't get lost or stolen. You hand the money to American Express. They give you a piece of paper for the same amount, and whoever receives it can cash in at any Amex coffee. The simplicity of the idea is brilliant, and American society is never the same. But the real brilliance hides beneath the surface. In the float, every time someone buys a money order, American Express holds cash until it is redeemed. During this time, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, the company controls the money. It invests it, uses it, or on it. It's clever. One transaction pays two ways. The customer feels secure, and Amex made interest while holding the money. As sale kept growing, that flow turned into a machine, and what began as a service ended up changing corporate finance. American Express is no longer just an express company. It's now a financial institution trusted by millions. But even this breakthrough pales in comparisons to what they are about to invent next. In the late 1880s, D.C. Fargo, the president of American Express, sailed to Europe. Officially, he is talking a much needed vacation. Unofficially, he wants to see how his company might expand overseas to match America's new global ambitions. In Europe, Fargo carries a letter of credit, the traditional for travelers. But when he tried to cash it in foreign banks, the process turned short. Our clerks made him wait. They studied his signature, even put in whole office of staff just to decide if he was really who he said he was. Fargo, the president of a great American company, is treated like a suspect. The longer he waits, the injury he becomes. When he returned to New York Steel farming, Fargo calls him executive together. He tells them the company must find a new way, a faster, safer way for travelers to get their money abroad. He does not care how it's done, only that it must be done. His frustration becomes a command. When that command is born, the travelers kill it. Simple but revolutionary. A customer buys a paper check from American Express, signs it once at the counter, and then again when cashing is brought. As long as the two signatures match, the money is paid. If the check is lost or stolen, it can be replaced. In the 1800s, taking money overseas were a hassle. Together heavy cards or letters of credit that look forever to cash out. The traveler's clinic trains all of that. It's just a slip of paper, granted by Amex, and it just made travel so much better and safe. By 1905, millions of dollars in travelers trade are in circulation. American Express, once just a shipping company, becomes the banker for the traveling world. For the company, the future looks brighter than ever. But for man at the helm, his own journey is coming to an end. In early 1915, G.C. Fargo is 76 years old, worn down by decades of ruling American Express with an iron grip. His health has faltered, and pneumonia delivers the final blow. G.C. Fargo died in New York. For more than 30 years, Fargo has led the company, first building, then guarding its empire. His passing shocked the business world. Fargo had a reputation hard-headed, controlling, stacking the company with relatives. But he also transformed American Express, taking it from hauling freight to creating global products like money orders and travelers' clinics. Whatever his faults, His mark on American business grew huge, with Fargo gone. The era of family control ends. Charles Taylor stepped in as chief executive. Almost immediately, he began firing a lot of employees with a last name Fargo, and preserving ZC nepotism and sweeping aside his old allies. The teaming could not be more critical. Across the Atlantic, Europe is already at war. By 1917, America joins the fight. The war is devastating, but for American Express Financial Service, the war is a windfall. Travelers' clinics become essential for soldiers and civilians alike. Just the great cost is unfair and bank drafts unreliable. American Express office in London, Paris, and beyond handled millions in payments, building the company's reputation as a truly global banker. By war's end, American Express emerged stronger than ever. And now, back home, American Express is about to come face to face with its biggest rival, the United States government. The return of the century brings a storm. America enters the progressive era, a time when the public grows tired of monopolies that strangle competition and dictate price. The railroads are broken up. Standard Oil is smashed. Steel and tobacco face the west of Washington. No corporation, no matter how wealthy, will say the express industry was basically a cartel. A few big names, American Express among them, divide the map, set the price, and made sure no one else could get in. To the U.S. government, they are a symbol of untreated great. To the U.S. Post Office, they are rivaled to be eliminated. The hammer falls in 1918. As World War I raged overseas, the federal government took over the railroads. At the same time, it forced every express company out of the domestic shipping business. The loss is all in one stop stroke. 10,000 offices, 15,000 employees, and their original business, Express shipping. Funny enough, they keep the name American Express even though it stopped being a shipping company for a century. Charles Taylor knows the company must pivot or perish. He focused on financial service, cutting ties with the old Fargo network and modernizing management. For a time, it worked. Travelers' check and money orders keep money flowing even as the old express routes vanish. The bigger the company grows, the more attention it attracts. And one of the largest banks on Wall Street is watching closely, Chase Bank. And by early 1920s, is about to make a move. In the late 1920s, Chase National Bank is one of the most powerful financial institutions in America. From a merge of older banks and backed by Wall Street giants, Chase holds billions in assets and has deep ties to the business elite. It's growing fast, swallowing up companies in its path. At the head of Chase is Albert Quiggins. He is confident, sharp, and foolish, a banker with ambition as big as his bank's balance sheet. He believes the future belongs to banks that can control all parts of finance, including payments, shipping, and travel. American Express looked like the perfect takeover target. At first, Amex could cause off guard. George Taylor never saw that kind of pressure coming. She started by buying up shares, moving in from the inside. Taylor was concerned he couldn't hold the boardroom anymore. At that point, it really looked like Trace will win, and never had treated like it was a done deal. People thought American Express was finished, about to be swallowed by one of Wall Street's biggest firms. But history has other plans. 1929 by Tuesday. The New York Stock Exchange is a panic. Frantic investors have scrambled to unload their stock at any price. Everyone wants to sell, no one wants to buy. Suddenly, even the most greedy securities are practically valueless. The crash of 1929 sends shockwaves across Wall Street. For Chase Bank is a nightmare. The doubt to buy American Express, when seen as a trophy, suddenly looked like a burden. The takeover force passed as a financial world underworld. Ironically, the crash stayed American Express. With a Chase in control, the company stayed independent, but the Great Depression hit hard. Its business closed, families called home, but American Express learned than big banks, weathered the storm by sticking to its core service, money orders, travelers tricks, and shipping. We interrupt this broadcast, brings through this important bulletin from the United States. Flash, Washington. The White House announced Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor. As America is drawn to the Second World War, global conflict disrupts everything. World War II redraws the map of the world. American Express began to have financed the war efforts by selling government bonds and handing foreign exchange for soldiers and business overseas. And when soldiers abroad need to send money home back in the U.S., they choose American Express to do so. He returned with a new sense of responsibility of initiative, with new skills acquired. With old skills still pended. After World War II, prosperity exploded in America. Soldiers returned home, suburbs grow, and family embraced a booming consumer lifestyle. The economy was booming. People were traveling more than ever. LA was becoming the new way to move, and Americans were chasing speed, comfort, and a modern way of life. American Express does well in this new world. Its travelers trade are more trusted than ever. Women and tourists carry them everywhere. Its money are still used by families and workers. And while it continues to serve the old world of steamships and paper signatures, a younger generation is inventing something new. It doesn't look like much at first. A new industry is on the rise, and it will change everything for the country. The company that leads this revolution is called Diners Club. Thanks to Wall Street, banks are pushing credit like never before. The age of easy money is born. You could go buy a house with no money down, no documentation, no income. A bank will give you a loan. So easy money. It's not just about interest rates. It's about very large returns. Joe on the streets were getting loans, literally loans to buy all sorts of stuff. Frank MC Namara is a New York businessman and credit executive, always looking for ways to make money move faster. And on a cold evening in 1949, he's dining at Mayor's Cabin Grill, entertaining a client. When the bill arrived, he reached for his wallet, and to lunch he forgot to bring cash. Embarrassed, he borrowed money from his wife. That moment really stuck with him, but Back then, he could finance a house, a car, even washing machine. So he thought, why not small things? Why not a dinner? A few months later, Dinner's Club is born. A Dinner's Club member would get a small paper cup that they could use at participating restaurants. Instead of paying the restaurant directly, they ostracized the bill using their Dinner Club card. Then Dinner Club would pay the restaurant on their behalf. At the end of their month, the member would get a single bill from Dinner Club. They wished they had to pay in full. People take it for granted now, but back then nobody has seen anything like it. You could walk out of a restaurant by just signing your name, no cash at all. The sculptures turned into currency. By the end of the first year, they had 20,000 members and 300 plus restaurants, and were spreading fast for upper middle class professionals in the city. This felt like the future. Clean elegance, no fumbling for bills. In the late 1950s, American Express is run by Ralph Reed, a determined executive who believes the company must evolve or die. After watching Dinner's Club grow fast, Reed see the writing on the wall. If American Express wants to stay relevant, it must launch its own train card. The Hotel Corporation of America has completed an agreement with the American Express Company to participate in the new Amex credit card service. It was announced yesterday. The very first American Express card launches in 1958. It's called purple, made of cardboard, and here's how it works. You use it at a store or restaurant, Amex covers the bill, and then once a month, you pay Amex back. No interest, just a single monthly bill. Amex made money by charging merchants a fee, plus a small yearly fees to card holders. Red believes this card will transform the company. He based his reputation on it. He hired thousands of reps to sign up merchants, flash the airways grid ads, and make their cards the new symbol of class. But then, no one signed up. Merchants hesitate to accept the card. Researchers don't understand it. It seemed like they had no idea what they were doing. Those cardboard cards they were out in the people's wallet. American Express, when the name of class and to liability, is now getting angry phone calls from frustrated members. Within months, the card division is leading card. Red refuses to back down. He demands a fix. In a moment of desperate innovation, the company switches to a new material, plastic. They are among the first companies in the world to do it. The new card is slick, durable, and futuristic. It's a turning point. By 1960, the car division finally turned a profit. In the decades that follow, it becomes more than a payment tool. It's become a symbol, a badge of entry into the world of executive lounge, five-star hotel, and corner office power lunch. Flushed with success, American Express begins to expand. A new division is issuing receipts and letters of guarantee for corporate deals and stipends. A simple promise backed by the Amex brand become a financial product. They are no longer just moving money; they are selling trust itself. The trust, once weaponized, can be stolen, and one man is about to do just that. His name is Anthony de Angelis. Anthony Tino de Angelis was born into power. Here is one deal at a time. Raised a working class Italian family in the bones and learned early how to make a buck out of nothing. In the 1940s, during World War II, Anthony the alcoholist made money by selling cooking oil and margarine to the U.S. military. After the war, he kept going. He bought his big shipments, tankers of vegetable oil, like soybean and cottonseed oil. He stored them, sold them, moved them from place to place. He learned their business inside and out, and more importantly, he learned how to move products and place the system. And soon, he discovered lucrative business unlike anything he's ever seen. In the 1960s, American Express has a business division that issues warehouse receipts. They really turn trades into a product. If you had a commodity like vegetable oil, you could pay American Express to issue a receipt, and that acts like a guarantee. You could walk into a bank with that slip and borrow money, and the bank trusted it because it had Amex name on it. The actually learned to game the city. He buys a small amount of oil, get a warehouse to issue a receipt, then he waters the oil down or pumps it from time to full inspectors. He reels the same oil to get multiplied receipt from American Express. Each receipt unlocks a new loan, and soon he is pulling tens of millions. He builds a trading empire on oil that doesn't exist, on nothing but promise and paper. At one point, the Angeles had $150 million worth of oil. He basically controlled 25% of global soybean oil future markets, but our empire built on line eventually collapsed in 1963. Reddish, a Wall Street analyst, catches strange inconsistencies in the Angeles reported inventories. What this uncovers, and what later shows the financial world, is that many of the massive storage tanks the Angeles claim to be full are nearly empty. Some are filled with seawater, topped with a thin layer of oil to deceive inspectors. The fallout is immediate. Mr. De Angelis, who has been indicted by a federal grand jury for allegedly transporting some $39 million in forced warehouse receipts across state lines. In a key figure in several other counts proceeding. American Express had unknowingly guaranteed millions of dollars in fake assets. Their warehouse subsidiary is exposed. Investors panic. The stock blocks. The CEO at the time, Howard Clark, is humiliated. His was satiric company through decades of growth, expanding its reach across borders and into wallets. But now, his reputation is under attack. What is worse, American Express is expected to cover the hard loss created by the Angeles fraud. The moves inside American Express were very competitive. The plan was simple: fight energy loss sales and protect stockholders. Their argument was very clear. American Express didn't run a scam, and what should they be the one paying for the loss? But once shareholders think differently, that shows that trust is more valuable than any balance sheet and reputation. Once lost, it is nearly impossible to buy back, and that shareholder is Warren Buffett. It's 1964. A young, up-and-comer Warren Buffett is only 34 years old, but already he's built a reputation among a small circle of investors. When the Salad oil scandal hits the headlines, Buffett doesn't panic. He sees opportunities. Within months, he pours more than $30 million into American Express stock, an astonishing 40% of his total fund. At American Express headquarters, CEO Howard Clark stared down the barrel of a $60 million problem. He knows the company isn't legally obligated to make the banks whole. But he also knows that public trust once lost can never be bought back, and so, against antitrust protest, but with the support of Warren Buffett, he makes the call they will repay the bank every last dollar. The board couldn't believe it. Some directors were served Clark had thrown the firm the stock tag. Some even wanted him out, but he refused to back down. But Buffett had a different idea. His argument was very simple. The brand was worth much more than the loss, and protect the brand. The value will come back by time over. The move to repay the banks comes the best marketing investment in the company's history. Amex became the name of always delivers. The brand was thus always paid. The trust became priceless. The 1960s are a time of great change in America. The country enjoys massive economic growth, but it's also faced with of social unrest, rising inflation, and the long shadow of the Vietnam War. But for companies like American Express, the world is opening up, and so is the appetite for consumer finance. When Howard Clark retired, he leaves behind a firm more prosperous than ever, and his place rise dream the proposition the third of young Polish executive with sharp instincts and global ambition. Once the company reached a certain size, organic growth only took its over, and his real game became acquisition. And for that, you need a different style of leader. Someone built for deal making. For Robinson, the goal is clear. American Express cannot merely be a trusted brand. It must become an empire, one that spans not just travel and finance, but investment banking, brokerage, insurance, everything. He begins looking for the right company to buy, and soon a fast-growing firm out of Wall Street's backroom catches his eye. American Express built its entire business on trust by protecting drug data with cheap codes, tokenized payments, and HID tracks through cheques. But the same can be said for countless data brokers and state companies who freely trace your personal details and leave you exposed. That's where economy come in. If you are watching this channel, chances are you are financially safely and business-minded. Agility is more valuable than most. Personally, I was shocked by find out how many various sites have my data. Just one leak can mean scams, stolen credit, or identity thefts that can take months to fix. So protecting yourself upfront is a no-brainer. Economy does the hard work for you. Instead of spending years setting deletion requests yourself, Economy automatically contacts data broker on your behalf, force them to remove your info, and keeps you up to date of result. And with their new custom removal feature, if you find your personal information on any people show site or sensitive website, you can point it out, and economy privacy agents will handle it for you. It's like having a personal legal team that fight to erase your footprints online. Go through incognito.com finance and your code FINAIUS to get 60% off today. That's incognito.com finance code finance point link in the description. Sandy was born in Brooklyn in 1933. The child of hardworking Jewish immigrants. As a boy, he saw door to door. When he grew up, he took a job running a garage on Wall Street. He learned everything all around: how to sell, how to trade, how to cold call. He learns by doing it himself. By the time he's 30, he's ready to build something of his own. In 1960, he gathered 3 colleges and opened a teeny brokerage grow the business fast. His global competitors at service built a powerhouse from nothing. Over the next decade, his firm becomes seriously rose a major player in the financial world. It's exactly the kind of business America is looking for. In a separate meeting yesterday, shareholders of the American Express Company and Seriously Law Source approved the merge of Wall Street's second largest brokerage house into the international credit card giant. The acquisitions look great on paper, but it quickly turned out to be a disaster. The suicide collapsed right away. Citizens traders were brash on about winning. A much more careful and corporate world got around. Citizens guys mouthed the Burns currency skipped the hierarchy, even got into fights in the bathroom. It wasn't a merger. It was open conflict. It didn't feel like a merger. It felt like a grave war. Jim Robinson tried to keep it all together. Its dream is still alive, a global financial supermarket where every customer gets their card, mortgage, and mutual fund from American Express. He buy more firm than in a bold swing. He acquired Lehman Brothers, a name with gravitas, pedigree, and a great Wall Street reputation for instill, but benefits the failed empire is corrupting. The tension level is seriously felt justified by Amex. Amex didn't get serious culture. Lehans refused to be managed at all. The profit stayed in. Headline grew skeptical, and investors got nervous. Then comes the crash of 1987. The market tanks. Revenue collapsed. The company Amex acquired become liability to the shareholders and their board. It's all the fault of Jim Robinson. The American Express Company said yesterday that it had begun to seek a replacement for Jim D. Robinson II as the threat. Its chairman and chief executive for 15 years. Mr. Robinson is participating in the search for his replacement and will step down when a successor is chosen, perhaps as soon as next year. By early 1990, Amex is at a crossroad. After Jim Robinson stepped down, American Express needs to find a new direction. The company is too big, too slow, and has too many moving parts. Heavy Gola stepped into the breach. His mission is clear: rebuild trust, cut the fast, and turn the car business back into a slick, profitable engine. But times have changed. A new generation of credit cards flooded the market. At the time, rewards were the big trends. Visa and MasterCard pushed cash back. Airlines sold the dream of free wine. Even supermarkets mail out plastic cards with flashy teaser rates. Go live see an opening not to cut price, but to build loyalty. Out of this pressure, the membership rewards program is born. Instead of giving cashback, American Express give points, and points can be redeemed for flights, hotels, dinner, and more. I do have like 139 leaving in 20 minutes, but only in first class. Our tickets, okay. They are calling my flight. I'll be there. The second party plan from the list, coming through when you need it most. Membership has its privilege. It seems like generosity, but it's poor business generous. Here's how it works. Every time someone squeezes an Amex card, the company earns a fee for merchants. The more people spend chasing prey, the more the company makes. The many of those prey would never use. So they really cost far less than people thought. So the mix of psychology and money was really brilliant. Membership rewards become a massive success. Cardholders love it. Merchants get more business, and Amex, for the first time in a long time, finds itself ahead of the curve. Those 1,990 is a decade of unprecedented prosperity. America is roaring. The dot-com frenzy, electric fees, groceries. Consumers are flush with credit and optimism. Internet startups explode onto the scenes, and takes well flush the suburbs. People spend more freely than ever before on luxury, on travel, on identity. The economy hums like a supercar on an open highway. For an American Express, the timing is perfect. Express one time to steamships and travelers' trades. Now belongs to business class cabins and boutique hotel sales. It evolved into a lifestyle badge, a membership that Sino-Jew made it. The Platinum card became iconic. Its customer base grew global, elite loyal. Then, in an instant, everything stops. The unthinkable happened today. The World Trade Center, Pentagon, and we are all witness to it. And to some degree, we are all victims. The morning of September 11, 11,101. The tower for American Express global headquarters at 3 World Financial Center in his heart. 11 employees are killed. Its office is crushed. We lost 11 employees who worked in the World Trade Center. As you can imagine, it was emotionally gut-wrenching. I was actually not in our building. I was in Salt Lake City, and it was a surreal experience. Despite the heavy loss amidst every crime, every allegation, when the dust settled, its reputation doesn't just survive. It's strengthened by the mid 2000 is bigger than ever. Annually transaction volume soared into the hundreds of billions. Its footprint spans the globe. It's no longer just a credit card company. It's a financial giant, rivaling Visa and MasterCard in scale and influence. But with side comes scrutiny. Its fees are high. Its network is powerful, and the U.S. government and a growing chorus of merchants start asking hard questions. In the early 2000s, America's merchants reached a breaking point. For years, they grumbled about the credit card giants, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. By 2010, those grumbles erupted into lawsuits. The U.S. government and thousands of retailers joined forces, accusing the companies of rigging the system. So the setup was simple. Every cost a store a fee, sometimes 2% or more. But the real power was in the contract. Stores were allowed to point customers to cheaper cars, or even admit how much the fee cost them. The Department of Justice announced today that it filed a civil antitrust law, the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of New York, challenging rules that American Express, MasterCard, and Visa has in place that prevent merchants from offering consumers discount rewards and information about car costs, ultimately resulting in consumers paying more for their purchase. Billions of dollars hung in the balance. If the courts rule against the car giant, the damage will be historic. Among the largest interest penalties in U.S. history, the very structure of industry could collapse overnight. Visa and MasterCard, 7 state attorneys general, and the Department of Justice agreed to settle an antitrust lawsuit today. American Express says will challenge it. In 2010, when the Department of Justice sued Visa, MasterCard, and American Express for their anti-steering rules, Visa and MasterCard didn't waste. They settled almost immediately, agreed to drop rules and avoid courts. The big issue was the rule. If a store took your card, they weren't allowed to tell you which one cost them more or give you a discount for using a cheap card. At the time, American Express is run by Ken Chenault, a disciplined man who carries himself with calm precision and razor focus. He should not say compromise for Amex. The rules were minor details. They were the seal that protected its high-cost, high-value system, and without them, merchants could push customers for cheaper cars, and Amex will lose its edge. Channels makes the call. American Express will fight. The fines green through years of cautions. Amex lose in district court, but it appeal again. The case gone to the Supreme Court in a decision on Monday. The Supreme Court sided with American Express on their policies that stop retailers from steering customers to other credit cards that change lower script fees. Visa and MasterCard require their contracts. They pay their settlements. American Express emerged untouched. It scrambled everything on the trains of its model, and is the highest car in the land. It grew from 2010 through 2025. America marches through cycle of boom, bust, and rebirth. The economy bounces back after the Great Recession. Tech disruption redefine shopping, travel, and banking. Consumer adopts smartphone and digital wallets. Credit becomes more ubiquitous and faster. American Express fly this way. Each year, customer trains more than $1 trillion on its cards. Revenue climbed towards $77 billion by 2025. Annually, profits stay above $10 billion. Amex remains the card of choice for travelers, entrepreneurs, and the global elite. Stephen J. Squire took over as CEO of 2018 after joining the company back in 1985. His mission is clear: double down on digital innovation, depend on loyalty program, and expand Amex reach worldwide. The model works because it's good discipline. Merchants complain about the higher fee, but they still pay. Amex customers spend more, choose more, and stock abroad. The reward kept people loyal, but a lot of points were never redeemed, or they cost Amex less than $4 and in between. Amex how the money, but just long enough to earn interest. It's all come down to trust and price tag. That's what let them charge more and still be around. By 2025, America is worth over $200 billion on Wall Street. It processes trillions in global spending. It's the as one of the most trusted finance brands in the world. But in finance, trust is fragile, and trust is always one crisis away from collapse. When I try to break into finance, it's quite incredibly difficult because I do not have an Ivy League degree, and I got rejected so many times by Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan. But due to launch my own fund, now I want to bring all the ambitious people together and form a kind of a syndicate. People who help each other move up in business and life. We have candidates from hedge funds, family office, and fast-growing startups across the world. And if you want to join the Finance Guild, click the link in the description.